I was tasked by LEGO to figure out how to double their lifelong revenue of $300 to $500 billion. That's how much they made between 1950 and 2025 in total sales. So how does LEGO and the Great Pyramid of Giza combine for one video where I spent 10 hours researching microplastics and ancient Egyptian history? How does it collide into one cohesive video where the viewer watches for the full duration of the video, and at the end of the video leaves a thumbs up and then subscribes to my OnlyFans? You're about to find out. This isn't a video where I'm going to tell you how cool the pyramids are. There's millions of those videos. You can go and watch those on your own time. This is going to be a video of good old-fashioned gander. There's going to be no fancy editing. My editor is from India. He loves Jennifer Lopez, and he has one arm. C-Money's pretty cool. Last video was a travesty. Look at this thumbnail he put on my last video. Quality. I was sitting watching videos about the Great Pyramids, specifically the pyramids in Egypt, and I thought to myself, with all the technology, we have people in space, allegedly. We have girls on OnlyFans. That's insane. That technology is insane. Good technology. We have artificial intelligence. But what we don't have is a structure in recent history that is anywhere near the size of the Great Pyramids of Giza. Why? Well, we do have the Bass Pro Shop. Interesting enough about the Bass Pro Shop, it's about 1/4 of the actual volume size of the Great Pyramid of Giza. But they do have a lot of cool fish inside the Bass Pro Shop pyramids. I thought I could make a video where I just ask ChatGPT some interesting questions and share that information. But what if I did more, actually did research into what it would take to construct one of these great pyramids with modern technology, and how much would that cost? So that's somewhat interesting, right? But is it really worth your time to consume a 10 to 15 minute video about modern technology constructing the Great Pyramids? No. So I had to get creative. And I decided that I would like to figure out how to construct the Great Pyramid of Giza with the most modern, high-tech technology currently known to men. Microplastics. AKA Legos. Interesting fact, each person has an average of about 1 plastic fork worth of microplastics in their brain. C-Money fact check me on that. Thanks, C-Money. I don't think you understand how big Legos actually are. It's fascinating. I'm not going to give you a history lesson on Legos because that's not interesting. But just know between 1950 and 2025, they've made between $300 and $500 billion in total sales. So let me ask you a question. If theoretically we wanted to construct the Great Pyramid of Giza out of Legos, what percentage of that revenue would just come from constructing that pyramid? And is it even possible to create enough Legos to build the pyramid? These are all valid questions that I did a lot of research on trying to figure this out. This is how I attacked it. I wanted to figure out what was the average size of a block from the Great Pyramid of Giza and how many of those blocks were there. In my research, I found out that the Great Pyramid of Giza isn't even the world's largest pyramid. There's actually one in Mexico that is larger. But the Great Pyramid of Giza has like a power plant in it, allegedly, so that's like way cooler. Now, this is the dimensions of an average block in the Great Pyramid of Giza. Obviously, there's a bunch of different size blocks that they use to construct it, the largest being 80 tons. How many Lizzos would that take, C-Money, to be 80 tons? I don't know how much it is, but that's a lot of Lizzos. Or maybe it's not a lot of Lizzos. I don't know which one's better or worse. Let's get to the average dimensions. Now, if we were to average out the size of a block used in the construction of the pyramids, there is roughly 2.3 million of those blocks in the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's a lot of blocks. So what I decided to do is figure out how many Legos would I need to build just one of those blocks. And the Lego that I decided to use is universally seen as one of the most popular Legos, the 2x4 Lego brick. It's hot. I'm gonna put that in my Hinge profile. And interestingly enough, on this whole ship, I don't have a single one of those blocks. But here's what it looks like. See, Manny, edit in a 2.4 Lego block, please. Thank you. Without getting into the physics too much with you, what you could do is do a max calculation on how many Lego bricks you would need based upon what one 2x4 brick is compared to one block from the Great Pyramid. The issue is that the Lego is about 1/8 less mass than stone. Oh my gosh, I feel that I'm actually smart. I'm not. These are facts I'm pulling off the internet. But what I could do is I could use the dimensions of a 2x4 Lego brick and stack them and see how many of those Lego bricks I would need to construct one block from the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now, while it would only be about 1/8 of the actual mass in, I don't know if I'm getting mass and weight confused in my head. So what I did is I constructed a model where I calculated how many 2x4 Lego bricks I would need to construct one block from the Great Pyramid. And that was roughly 233,000 2x4 Lego bricks for just one block from the Great Pyramid of Giza. That would take a lot of sea turtles to eat that one block of plastic. Or maybe not that many, because sea turtles probably eat a ton of plastic. So then what I do is I take the 233,000 2x4 Legos and I multiply it by 2.3 million, which is the total number of those blocks that are in the Great Pyramid. And the number you get is 537 billion Legos. That's a lot of Legos. So to find out how much it would take to construct this, the easy math is you just figure out how much one of those Lego bricks costs. Now those bricks can cost between 7 and 20 cents per brick online. I'm assuming we'd probably be ordering in mass for this because 537 billion Legos is a lot. You can't just find that on your local Walmart shelf. Dude, imagine Lego releases an anniversary set that is the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's 537 billion blocks. I'm going to tell you how much it's worth. It's going to be insane. Just wait for this. So I'm going to use the lowest price because that makes sense. So at 7 cents per block, how much would it cost in just pure materials, not taking into account what it would take to clear this space or to provide the infrastructure to keep it elevated and doesn't sink in the ground? And that number to construct the Great Pyramid of Giza completely out of Legos is $37 billion. So I'm going to start a GoFundMe to raise $37 billion to build the Great Pyramid of Giza out of Legos. But that would only be half the challenge. Because the next question is, one, the research that I haven't done is I don't even know if theoretically you could construct that big of a square out of a 2x4 block. I mean, if you put them together, could you make that big square? I don't know. The better question is, how long would that take you? $35 billion, I mean, you could eventually find $35 billion. I mean, go to the casino, OnlyFans. But if you had the money, how long would it take you to construct this? According to historical texts, which we know are very accurate, it took them 30 to 40 years to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. Some accounts say it was even less, like 20 years. Dude, it took me 20 years to start talking to girls. Girls aren't nearly as big as the Great Pyramid of Giza. So I decided to utilize some AI technology in making this calculation because this was a lot of math and I didn't feel like doing it. One person, if you had one person placing Legos every second of the day, this is taking into account no breaks. You are working 24 hours a day every day of the year, which is obviously unrealistic, but that's what I had ChatGPT do the calculations for. It would take 17,000 years. Modern archaeology thinks that's about how old the human race is. Once again, archaeology is always right. Right, guys? T-Money, stop editing in conspiracies. I already know you're posting some crazy shit. But if I were to find theoretically 10,000 skilled fast workers that worked every second of the day for 24 hours, right? There's 24 hours in a day? Yeah, I think so. 365 days a year. I'll actually do 364 days a year. I'll give them one day off. I was gonna make a joke, but I think it might be racist. With 10,000 skilled laborers, it would take about 3.4 years. So if I had 10,000 people working regular hours, maybe 5 years. 5 years to construct, 37 billion to construct the Great Pyramid of Giza out of Legos. There's your answer. At the beginning of the video, I shared that Lego's total sale volume since 1950 was about between estimated around 300 to 400 to 500 billion dollars. If they just sold one set of the Great Pyramid of Giza, they would make $37 billion. So basically, if they wanted to double their historical earnings, they would have to sell like, I don't know, 9 sets of the Great Pyramid of Giza? Dude, Lego, are you listening to this? This is free. You don't even have to. You can just come hang out with me, and I'll show you how to double your lifelong revenue. Dude, I should not be doing this for free. Was this worth my time? I don't know. I think the turtles would be really happy. Final conclusive thoughts? This would be really cool. Let's do it. Thumbs up. I like it. Thumbs up. You like it. Subscribe. You want me to do more videos like this. Or some thumbs down. If you don't want to feed turtles microplastics. Loser.